For thousands of years, people have spoken of a city that vanished beneath the sea, a place of unmatched beauty, shimmering towers of crystal and gold, a paradise built by gods and destroyed by its own pride. Some say it was only a myth, a story invented by the ancient philosopher Plato to warn humanity about greed and corruption. Others believe it was real, that a powerful civilization once ruled the earth long before our recorded history began. What if Atlantis wasn't a legend at all? What if the ruins of that lost world still lie hidden beneath the waves waiting to be discovered? Tonight, we dive deep into one of history's greatest mysteries, a story that connects science, myth, and human imagination. This is beyond reality, and this is the Lost City of Atlantis. The story of Atlantis begins not in myth or mystery, but in philosophy. Around 360 BC, the Greek philosopher Plato wrote about a vast and powerful island nation that existed 9,000 years before his time. He described Atlantis as a magnificent empire, larger than Libya and Asia combined, ruled by kings descended from the god Poseidon himself. Its capital city, built on concentric rings of land and sea, was said to shine with white, black, and red stones, adorned with gold and precious metals. At its heart stood a temple, massive and glittering, where a great statue of Poseidon watched over his people. The Atlanteans were advanced beyond measure, masters of architecture, navigation, and technology lost to time. But with power came pride. Over the centuries, their ambition grew. They conquered neighboring lands, built armies, and sought to dominate the world. Plato wrote that when the gods saw the arrogance of Atlantis, they decided to punish it. One day and one night of misfortune, that's all it took. The earth shook, the seas rose, and the island of Atlantis vanished beneath the waves. Its people, its glory, gone forever. Some believe Plato invented the story as an allegory, a warning about human greed and corruption. Yet even now many wonder, how could he describe such detail, such geography, such tragedy? If it was only imagination, could Plato have remembered a real event, a distant memory passed down through generations? If so, then Atlantis might not be a story. It might be history. For centuries, explorers, scientists, and storytellers have searched for the real Atlantis. The ocean hides more secrets than we can ever imagine, and somewhere beneath its waves, some believe the lost city still sleeps. But where could it be? One of the most popular theories places Atlantis in the Mediterranean Sea, near the Greek island of Santorini. Around 1600 BC, the island of Thera was destroyed by one of the most powerful volcanic eruptions in human history. The blast wiped out entire cities and massive waves swept across the Aegean Sea. Could this have been the real event that inspired Plato's story? Some researchers believe so. The advanced Minoan civilization lived there, known for their art, architecture, and trade. Their cities disappeared suddenly, leaving behind only ash, ruins, and questions. Others, however, look far away from Greece, deep into the heart of the Sahara Desert. In the country of Mauritania lies a massive circular formation called the Risha structure, or the Eye of the Sahara. From above, it looks eerily similar to Plato's description. Concentric rings of land and water, perfectly shaped, enormous in scale. Some believe the Sahara was once covered in ocean, and that Atlantis could have stood right there before the sands buried it forever. Still, another group of believers turn their gaze across the Atlantic, toward the Bermuda Triangle. Strange disappearances, mysterious signals, underwater stone formations. They all fuel the idea that something ancient lies beneath those deep blue waters. Divers have even claimed to see roads and structures that look man-made, far below the waves, though no one can prove where they came from. Three very different places, one ancient mystery. Could all these locations be pieces of a larger puzzle? Could Atlantis have been more than one place, a memory shared by many cultures after a cataclysm long forgotten? The earth keeps its secrets well, and perhaps, somewhere under the sand, under the sea, or in the shadow of time, Atlantis still waits to be found. Thousands of years have passed since Plato first wrote about Atlantis. Empires have risen and fallen, continents have shifted, and the world has changed beyond recognition. Yet the idea of a lost civilization beneath the sea still refuses to die. Why? Perhaps because the story of Atlantis speaks to something deeper within us, a longing for a forgotten time when humanity was wiser, purer, and more connected to the world around it. Maybe the city itself was never real. Maybe it was a reflection, a mirror of what we once were and what we could become again. But then again, what if it was real? What if the ruins of Atlantis still lie beneath the waves, its temples buried in sand, its streets echoing in silence, waiting for someone to listen? Every year, new discoveries are made under the oceans. Lost ships, forgotten cities, ancient artifacts that rewrite our history. And every discovery brings us one step closer to realizing that maybe, just maybe, our history is far older than we've been told. Atlantis might not be a myth of the past. It might be a message to the future, a warning of how greatness can turn to ruin and how easily we can lose everything we build. And perhaps in some way, Atlantis was never truly lost. Maybe it became us. This is Beyond Reality. Thank you for watching, and remember, some mysteries were never meant to stay hidden.